So, here we are then. A wise man once said to me, 2 + 2 is 4, -1 is 3. That's quick maths. But what we have here in front of me are 2 semi-finalists and 2 semi-finalists. That adds up to 4, which is the amount of teams left in the competition. You take away 3, you're left with 1. That 1 will be the Elite Series Season 2 champion of Street Fighter. And that is Street Fighter maths. Gentlemen, tonight we fight. Welcome to the Gfinity Arena. What a night we have in store. The Street Fighter semi-finals and final, all in one gift-wrap early Christmas present from the Elite Series Overlords. Now, in just a few hours' time, we'll have our Street Fighter champions crowned on this very stage with the grand final only a short while after the live semi-finals. And this is how the final 4 break down tonight. Prophecy and Infused, 2nd and 4th in the regular season, respectively, will be in action in our first semi-final. Infused fell at this stage last year. Prophecy are in their first playoff battle at the Elite Series. And then we have a repeat of last year's final with table toppers, Envy, taking on defending champions Excel. Wowzers. Now, that is quite the lineup. And what a lineup for tonight's epic action I have next to me. You've got Logan Sama and F-Word and Problem X. Now, gentlemen, before I come to you, Problem X, this man has joined us on the desk. What do we need to know about him? And does everyone at home, wherever they need to know about him?
He's by far and away the best player in the UK at the moment. He's going to be representing the Capcom Cup next week.
He's saying Europe, okay.
He's got to be the best in Europe.
It's debatable after yesterday, but yeah, it was great
Sandbag.
event.
It was sandbagging.
What happened yesterday?
We were all over in Paris, France, for a great event over there for their community, and this man got to winners final, but couldn't take it, could you, in the end?
No, I lost, unfortunately.
But it's lovely to have you here, though. But ignore yesterday. Yeah. That's praise indeed. Do you feel that sort of pressure on you, Problem X?
No, I don't really feel pressure anymore. I'll probably change what I have to say after next week at the Capcom Cup, but currently I don't really feel much pressure. But I'd say it's an accurate statement.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And was that you yesterday just giving other people a chance to shine?
Nah, yesterday, Freedom played excellent, played really well, beat me fair and square. There's a few things that I held back because I may be playing him next week. And Mr. Crimson, he went to the casino on me, so... Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, he cashed out, definitely. I've got to say, Mr. Crimson, we'll be seeing him in action later on. It's lovely to have you back. I know that you've watched the Elite Series before, the Street Fighter. It must be nice to sit here on the desk with the lovely audience anticipating a beautiful semi-final tonight. Yeah,
no, I'm very thankful for the opportunity. It's very different looking at it from this side of the desk.
Yeah, he never really joins us.
Yeah,
it's true. It's very rare that we get his insight, and he's got loads of great insight in the game as well. Of course, he's one of the most skilled players out there who's going to give us some real great insight into what action is going on, what the players are thinking, what they need to do, and maybe when they messed up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Now, F-Word, we've got to say, we've been treated to some fantastic Street Fighter in Elite Series Season 2. We've got to be expecting the same again tonight. This isn't, they can't leave anything in the locker, can they?
I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I just don't see how tonight can't be ridiculously hype and blow all our minds. I can't see it. There's too much on the line. The nerves are going to hit. The performers are going to shine. It's going to be ridiculous. I mean, this one-game format setting and this draw, the way it all comes down, it's just going to be crazy. I just can't wait to get it started.
And I want to have a look at the standings to see how the top 4 finished. And are any surprises there? Like the team method not being there with the likes of Luffy and Pax? Anything?
There's a lot of surprises. I think Team Envy being at the top is a surprise overall. I think Prophecy have been a surprise package together. Infused and Excel, basically the same squads as last season where we saw that they were favourites to be challenging. But to see Envy and Prophecy at the top of the table it really just shows how good the acquisitions were for this season, because those new signings have made all the difference there.
They have indeed. Now, let's talk about our first matchup tonight. Team Infused taking on Prophecy. It's got a difference in season for both of them. Infused, we expected to see maybe get in the final of Season 1, but now they've got the time to put it right, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they're still burning a little bit after the, the semi-finals of season 1. Actually, I don't think I know. They talk about it. It hurts. They really want to rectify that. And a little birdie told me that they played for this match. They actually, played strategically to finish in a certain place so they could play Prophecy. Now, I'm praying to God for them that doesn't backfire tonight.
Normally, sometimes, I mean, with Infused, we'll talk about lineups and what they can do and how they've played it, but the return of DarkMoonHado. But Infused have got it all to do because we like their style and they have been epic, and especially Shakz.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Shakz because he's one of the guys who felt it the hardest last season. He was left out of the 3 to play in that semi-final last season, and he had to watch from the sidelines and, talking to him afterwards, he was talking about taking some time off from the game. It hurt him that much that he wasn't able to put his all into it. So he's going to really make it count tonight in his performance.
And I've just noticed this. What are we feeling about this? This is very festive, isn't it?
Festive, yeah.
Why not? Look, we'll talk about the snow.
I don't know what stage.
Is that a new stage?
It could be, but I like it. Listen, tonight would be nothing without my sidekick. The Ken to my Ryu, the Mario to my Luigi, the Diddy to my Donkey Kong, Ariel Free. Where are you?
Oh, I really wish I had a response to that, Tom. I want to say, like, you'll forever be my donkey to my Shrek, but it's not like that. Here we are. This is the semi-finals of the Gfinity Elite Series Street Fighter 5, and I am joined by one member of Infused. ImStillDaDaddy. How you doing?
Good. Very good. Yeah.
First things first, you nearly missed it.
Oh, yeah, I know. I missed my flight today.
You nearly missed your flight, but you're here. Was that a bit stressful?
At first it was, but the lovely ladies at the British Airways give me another flight without paying, with another half.
Oh, shout out to British Airways for making that happen. Don't want to, like, dampen your spirits, but it was this time in the Series 1 that Infused went out. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then is that putting some pressure on you for this evening?
No, because it's been our main goal to make sure we get to the playoffs and make sure we get to the finals and win it. So our team know where we went wrong last season. We're not playing the same team either, so it's really important, but we're more confident now than we was because we've made a mistake. We don't want to make it again,
You played Prophecy before and you beat them. How are you feeling about the matchup tonight?
Well, if we get the order right, because our team, I believe, is stronger than theirs, but if they've got an order that can sort of counteract us from when we last played them, their Kuma was... They got a different strategy, but we still beat them, but it was kind of close. So anything could really happen.
What would be the ideal matchup then? Who would you like to play?
Who would I like to play? Akainu.
Do you reckon you can beat him?
Yeah, of course I can. He's a Gal player, man. I'm the best Gal player on this one side of the wall. Come on.
OK, well, thanks so much for speaking to us today. We'll go back to you, Tom.
Matchups. This is talking about their selection dilemmas.
It's going to be a great match, and we've got two incredible teams in great form going up against each other. Huge success rate, and again! Oh, he's raging even! Gunslinger manages to close it out. Still a desperate scenario! As he gets the Shim Sham! He's pumped up right now.
Oh, so smart from Gunslinger. He pops off.
Another counter hit!
And that's my days!
What the hell?
Well, there you have it. That is the story of their season so far. Will it continue into the finals? Well, we will have to see. But gentlemen, I've got to ask you about this. Infused, we know how their lineup can change from week to week. They've got some dilemmas here as a terms of a selection, haven't they? They could call upon Afi, but they've not so far because you've got Shakz, Gunslinger, and ImStillDaDaddy. What do you make of that?
I think that's very much based on character matchups, which is important in this game. Afi using Laura. They've gone for Shakz. And Gunslinger's Boxer is going to be an interesting one as well. They're having to predict who they're going to be going up against as well, because Prophecy have got a strong lineup with a selection of players they could go for as well. So it's kind of like a game of poker, I guess, where no one knows what hand they're holding and you have to predict.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, I would imagine, it's going to be a character situation.
And hedge your bets. Now, just behind you, Logan, you've got a 68% win rate percentage for Shakz. So you've got to have him in the team. Then you've got Gunslinger, you've got Afi there. I know he's got the shortest map, but season 1, that boy was on fire and keeping Infused in the game. What's happened there?
It's hard to say. I mean, Afi... these guys have probably got a bit more time on their hands to dedicate to the game than Afi. He works full-time. Yeah. So for a sponsored player, that's really, really, really impressive, because I've had that dilemma when I used to play. I think the main thing is not necessarily that Afi's changed. I think it's more that these guys have just stepped up, especially Shakz. Shakz has been, for me, if I'm on the team Infused, I build my team around Shakz this season. He's arguably the MVP of the entire season. He's been that consistent. So you build your team, Shakz is definitely there, and whoever else is going to come on board. And that, on this particular occasion, Afi's the one that's paid the bill, but he could be there in the grand finals if they make it.
But it's not just, I mean, you mentioned characters. We'll talk about characters in a bit, but with their playing style and the morale they have and being able to G up your other teammates, that's why you need ImStillDaDaddy. You need that pressure from the big man behind you going, don't lose this round.
Well, there's not, you look at the percentage win rates that we have there, there's not a huge amount of difference between the three. Shakz, of course, is clearly the first name on the team sheet for them. And obviously his access to those different characters that he has, those 4 characters that he can pick, makes it very difficult to counter-pick him. So he's such a strong player. ImStillDaDaddy he's just all about that momentum and the passion, and he plays so well when he's confident. He's a confidence player, and to some extent, so is Gunslinger as well.
Okay, well, that is the lineup. Let's move on to the big guys that are Prophecy and see how their story of their season's gone.
And the finger to the mouth. That is a fantastic result for Prophecy.
He has to go up against the MVP himself.
5 seconds on the clock.
DarkMoonHado wins his first match of the Elite Series. Prophecy have brought it all the way back from 3-0 down.
They keep winning week after week after week.
2 incredible teams in great form.
Okay, oh, what's he doing?
Gunslinger manages to close it out.
I don't believe my eyes! Shiv, you can pop some!
Oh, the pop-off!
These guys are on fire.
Yes, there you have it. There you have it. A very different story to the season from season 1. But looking at their lineup, they've got a different roster. We were talking just a minute about the signings they made this year. They've definitely made a difference because they're in the semi-finals.
They've picked up some great signings, and they're not like obvious names. They're not the superstar names you'd be looking at in the top 8s of Europe in competition. DarkMoonHado had a great breakout competition in Scotland earlier this year where he upset a lot of people. Zera's just a really good online player, and it kind of shows, you know, the importance of the Challenger Series, where people can really showcase what they're about, get on the CFN, get those games in, and rank yourself up and put yourself in contention, because you can be here, you know, and really Zera's been, alongside Akainu, who's a really great anchor for them, Zera's probably been the most impressive signing for Prophecy for me.
You said hidden gems, F-word. You've got Zera in there, DarkMoonHado, and Akainu. There's no room for Shiv. So is that a bit of a loss for them? He's kind of the motivational man. When he's throwing out pop-offs like that, you know what I mean? But then again, you look at the win percentage he's got, and the lowest, I believe, looking at Shiv. Yeah,
I think, like the question you asked earlier, Shiv not being there, with respect to Shiv, I think he'll probably agree with me with this. It's probably more to do with the fact that it's Team Infused, where he doesn't have the best time against a couple of the guys on that team. So the chances of him drawing in a match where he could be costing the team games is very high. Whereas these guys, they played before and it was 4-3. And Shiv Yukin lost twice to Shakz very badly.
Yeah,
if they get rid of Shiv Yukin,
and that's kind of the opposite to Infused picks, where it was more character matchups. This is very much player-specific matchups, and they're the 2 important things that you need to think about in Street Fighter 5. They're both as important as each other, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
I mean, just looking at the results of that, you know, Shiv losing twice to Shakz. They can't afford that. This is the semi-finals. It's do or die, isn't it?
And it's just unfortunate for him because he's such a strong player. But sometimes you have a bogey opponent. You know, we saw it when Luffy won Evo a couple of years ago. He'd never beaten Takedo before. He had to beat Takedo. So you have to overcome your demons to get those victories. They didn't want to risk him having to do that today.
It also illustrates the importance of having a good depth of your squad. You know, you can have 3 great players, but it's always important to have the options to switch out whether you have a bad player matchup or a bad character matchup. To have a depth of squad is important in the Elite Series. It's not just having 3 great starters that are going to drive through.
Now that man on the right, DarkMoonHado. He stepped into this arena and we thought, oh, he's going to have a few nerves, isn't he? Not at all. The man absolutely dominated. So he's not necessarily going to have any fear with this semi-final. He's just going to show what he's got.
He's the MVP of the team for me. I mean, I've been getting a lot of criticism from some of the guys because I keep saying DarkMoonHado is the man. He's the man. Watch out for him. But the stats speak for themselves. When that guy's there, you know, I mean, there was a week where he beat Infectious twice. Everyone here is tremoring at the thought of playing Infectious today. This kid stepped up. First day here, beats Infectious twice.
And it's a real contrast to another Cammy player that doesn't have that nerves, which is Cobblecog, a player from Ireland that has got so much potential, but he just isn't able to deliver on this platform. To see DarkMoonHado step onto this stage and deliver right off the bat is so impressive.
And not an easy matchup for Cammy here against Abigail.
Absolutely
and
not.
Infectious was dominating season 1. We thought, what's going to happen season 2? He's got Abigail, can anyone match it? This man steps up.
And he's got one of the best Cammys in Europe on his team as well in Hurricane, so he's going to have enough practice on that matchup too.
Really good point.
Indeed. Well, listen, gentlemen, that is the lineup for Prophecy. I believe Ariel, my sidekick, I can't believe she said Shrek to the donkey. Anyway, is with DarkMoonHado right now.
It's fine, Tom. I totally cracked under the pressure. It's just, this is what happens in life. Some lovely words there from Logan about yourself, saying you're quite impressive, which coming from Logan's like, it's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, surprising to be talked so nice of people that are, really established in the community. So it's really good.
We were just chatting here, weren't we? And you were like, the guys from Infused are quite intimidating. I was like, well, I think it's because they're sat behind us there, just staring into the back of your head, because you're the competition for them tonight. Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah. I think out of all of them, I would have liked to face Infused the most, just because, I want to beat them because I wasn't here last time when we fought Infused. So, yeah, I'd really like to play them and see what happens.
So let's talk about that, because obviously Infused beat Prophecy last time you guys met up, but that was including the lineup of Shiv, and you weren't there. You're now here instead of Shiv. Is that a tactic that you guys have done on purpose?
I think to an extent, yes, because the character I play, Cammy, I think she deals quite well with the characters that Infused play. So I think that is partly it, yeah. And plus, I think just the win record I have, people are expecting me to win, so,
See, you came in quietly confident, and now you're going on about how everyone is expecting you to win. I love it. Who would you like to be up against tonight?
Shakz.
Shakz?
Yes.
You think you've got what it takes to beat him?
We'll see. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I just want to see how I do.
Well, this is your first semi-final, isn't it, here in Gfinity? Are the nerves feeling good? Are they helping you get to win this for you?
I think before the match starts, they make you think about other things. You're maybe a bit too nervous. But then when you're in the game, I feel like nerves, they help you quite a bit. Yeah. I think they make you focus more because you're like, I don't want to lose. I'm like, I want to show what I can do instead of just sitting there shaking because you're nervous kind of thing. Okay.
Well, I hope those nerves work well for you. Good luck. And yeah, go and take your seat now. It's just there behind you. Thanks very much, DarkMoonHado. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ariel. Well, there is a man who is full of confidence. Now, Problem X, I want to talk to you. I've left you for a second or two with Logan and F-Word over there, but I want to talk about this format, this teams of 3 play best of 7. Now, how would you find that competing in the Elite Series if you were to compete in it?
Yeah, I think it's really harsh, first to one. But what you can do is you can pick characters and you can space your team out to isolate certain characters. So, for example, if you've got a Balrog on your team, which is what we have here with Gunslinger, yeah. If it was me personally, I'm making him play as much as he can. 3 times Balrog is borderline unstoppable, and just keep him going. The kind of safe characters like the Guile, I wouldn't really want him playing that much.
Okay, that's ImStillDaDaddy. Okay,
yeah, nothing player
Akainu as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want them playing that much. Not in this format. You can just get robbed too easily, and the pressure's on you, especially in this format now in the semi-finals and finals coming. So, yeah.
When you say it's harsh, break that down for anyone who's new to Street. Why is it harsh? Because you're not allowed to just have a build-up, get comfortable, it's just go. Yeah,
okay, because if you want to play this like kind of slow game where you see what the other opponent's doing, it's one wrong move and you're going to lose. And that's it, really. You've lost. You're 1 down. Your team's a bit deflated, especially if you're one of the stronger players in your team. And it can all go pear-shaped from there. So you don't have enough time to figure out your opponent. The game, it's just very, very stacked in offense. So if you're playing defensively and cagey, you're going to lose. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why.
Okay, that harsh sort of idea of taking on the format, but that means in some respects you just have to bring your A game. There's nothing. But would that put too much pressure on some of the guys? Is that what we've seen?
I think it's just a different skill set, to be honest with you. You see players that are great in. You see this anyway outside of this. You see players that are unbeatable in 1st to 10s, 1st to 5 formats. You put them on this stage and they have to play 1 game, and that's all they get. They just don't have the skill set to be able to adapt and deliver. And I mean, I don't like to pick out, but that happened with Method. some of the best players in the world, let alone Europe, and they're not here in the finals. So,
but obviously, with the matchup, the way that the format works, all players must be named in 2 matchups. So
yes,
they have to play twice. What would be the tactics, F-word? Before I give the announcement, because it's just coming in, the matchups that they've made their picks earlier in the week, the order of the 7 matches. But they don't know who they're facing. So what would be the tactics going through their heads?
So essentially, when I was looking at this format and how it works, and a lot of the players have done this, there's a period where you can put one player twice. I like the idea of putting one player twice and also having that player play 3 times, and that player is the hardest player to beat in a 1-to-1 setting. Not the player that's more likely to win just because he's random. No, the most solid, most difficult guy to beat in a 1-to-1 setting. I'd make sure he plays 3 times, but I'd also make sure he plays in 2 games in a row, because this is a guy who, if he's given 2 games in a row, it's very unlikely he's going to lose twice. So your team's still in it. That's one method I would apply amongst many other things that these guys have already figured out.
Well, it's a race to 4, right? So you know someone's going to have to play twice. So that's a really good point, putting them 3rd and 4th. And then, of course, you have that anchor, that champion that's going to come in if there is a 7th game that's going to play a 3rd time as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of sort of meta game in and around the format. It's definitely not just turn up and just everyone just carry on and play. There's a lot of thought going into it.
Well, I'm looking forward to the mind games. Are you looking forward to the mind games, Problem?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm looking forward to this. The players look a little bit, I don't know, sheepish, nervous. I don't know what's going through their minds right now. They look kind of like calm about the whole thing, but they won't be in a second because I am going to announce who they are fighting tonight. So, first up, Prophecy. Coming out to join me in the first matchup, matchup 1, we have, and I'd like everyone in this arena to start clapping and welcome him out, it's Zera! Zera, nice haircut, ready for the semi-finals.
Thank you.
You're looking fresh, you're looking ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No nerves at all?
No.
Okay, who would you like to take on from Infused tonight?
I don't know.
Okay, I like that.
I take all.
Okay, well, not at the same time, surely, that'd be outnumbered. Here we go, we move on to Infused then, because your opponent tonight for matchup 1, it is Gunslinger! I've got to say, that is some swagger walking out here through the players' tunnel. It's like another day at the office for you.
Yeah, I'm used to it now, definitely. I've been here enough weeks to have the comfort behind me, so just today's the day, innit?
Yeah.
To see how we get on.
And Problem X was saying that if he was the team captain, he'd put Balrog out there 3 times in a row.
Yeah, Balrog's dangerous. You know, he's top 3 characters on the game without a shadow of a doubt. He's explosive, crazy explosive, like, so... Just have to see how it goes, isn't it?
Hey, would it be nice to get to the final, Gunslinger?
Definitely, definitely. Hopefully we can get there. We didn't get there last season, so hopefully this is our season to get there.
Well, you know what you have to do. That is matchup 1, Zera versus Gunslinger. Gentlemen, you head off into your separate corners. We move on to matchup 2. Very excited about this guy because our matchup 2 for Prophecy, it's Akainu! Akainu, season 1, you didn't make it to the semi-finals. Does it feel nice to be here in front of all this loving crowd?
Yes, I'm very happy to be here, and we will try to win this time.
Okay, well, best of luck to you, because your opponent tonight, oh dear, it's the babyface assassin. It's Shakz! Now listen, Shakz, you didn't make it to the semi-finals last year. Let's not talk about that. Tactics are tactics, but it must feel nice to be here now to show everybody in the Street Fighter world what you're capable of.
Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here again, playing for the semi-finals. It's big right now, so yeah. I'm going to give them 100%, as always.
And is there a few nerves in the Infused camp, or are you all feeling positive?
There are a few nerves, This is my first time in a semi-final, so I haven't experienced this before, but I'm going to block all that out, and I'm going to play my best.
Okay, now, potentially, you could be playing 3 times tonight. Are there any nerves? I mean, are they going to throw you into the mix?
Oh, no, I want to play 3 times. I want to show them what I've got this time, so I've got this.
Okay, perfect. Well, listen, you've got this. Shakz, you head that way for me. That is matchup 2. Akainu, you can head that way, which means, I don't need to tell you, you're smart people. You know that matchup 3 is DarkMoonHado versus ImStillDaDaddy. ImStillDaDaddy, come and join me, DarkMoonHado. I'll ask you first away, you're looking at this man, he's menacing in real life, he's also menacing online as well. I wonder if you've been using Zeko character or Guile. Who would you prefer to take on tonight?
I think I would prefer to take on Zeku just because, you know, he's newer, he's had less time with the character, but I feel like we're going to see Guile. You know, he's the general. We're going to see Guile.
Okay, the general. That's kind of a good a name for you as well, isn't it? ImStillDaDaddy.
Yeah.
Now, I was watching you play online. You've been playing a lot. You're getting ready for this. Are you in the zone tonight?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, well, matchup 3. Best of luck to you. You head that way for me. ImStillDaDaddy. And DarkMoonHado, you can head that way. Now, I can inform you now that Shakz did say he wanted to play 3 times. He is going to be playing 3 times because in matchup 4, he is playing Akainu. And then game 5, we've got DarkMoonHado versus Gunslinger. And then game 6, got Zera versus ImStillDaDaddy. And then game 7, if it goes that far, and it will be an epic bit of Street Fighter. If it does, Akainu taking on Shakz. This is gonna be epic. Listen, our first semi-final is just minutes away. The tension is firing up to 11 in here at the Gfinity Arena, but still, man's not hot. Can Infused go one better than last year? How will Prophecy cope in their first playoff fixture? Come back to us in just a couple of minutes to find out. Welcome back to the Gfinity Arena. Now, I'm currently sat in the crowd, and I'm telling them they know, and you should know, that tonight we will be crowning the Elite Series Street Fighter champions in this very arena. Now, if you're new to Street Fighter, don't understand it a little bit, you might be thinking, Tom, I need to know all about the characters, just like these guys. Well, I'll tell you what, Logan Sama has sorted you out.
Fighting games are just as much about the skill of the players as their attitude, as their personality, as their character. And it's important that the players match up their particular skill sets with the character that suits their needs. Whether you're an incessant rush-down, attack-orientated player, or whether you're someone that likes to play it safe, control the screen, and hang back. And that's one of the coolest things about fighting games. There's always a character that will suit how you want to play. Prophecy versus Infused sees a rematch of an incredibly tense fixture in week 5 of the Elite Series this season. After coming back from 3-2 down, Infused managed to take it 4-3 in the final game. And you're going to be seeing a lot of these 2 characters. Guile is V-Skill, his Sonic Boom game, and now with his V-Trigger, he's got some devastating combos as well. For Prophecy, Akainu and his Guile have been one of the most steady elements and have seen Prophecy build on last year's performance and make it here into the semi-final. For Infused, ImStillDaDaddy's Guile has been pulling his weight. It'd be very exciting to see if these 2 go up against each other, because they've got a bit of a rivalry going back to the Street Fighter 4 days. Laura, there's so many Lauras in the Elite Series, and you can tell why. In that 1-to-1 format, her huge burst damage, those incredible comebacks, those V-Trigger activations. I'm sure a lot of players have nightmares about facing Laura. And we've got some great Laura players available to both these teams in Shivrukan, Afi, and of course Shakz, the man who can play almost anyone on the cast. It's going to be an incredible semi-final. Let's see how it goes down.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for that, Logan. It seemed a little bit cold down there. Were you a little bit cold?
It was freezing.
Okay, fair enough, because I could see the steam coming up. But that was very handy to understand about the character matchups that we're going to have. Out of those matchups tonight, the 7 matchups, if it goes that far, which ones stand out for you, gentlemen?
Well, I want to see ISTD take on DarkMoonHado. Reason being is because I think Cammy does well against Guile, and ISTD may, I don't know, he may pick Zeku. He might.
And we could see
he
Zeku
might pick Zeku. I think him picking Zeku depends on what happens in the first match. If they get the first game, then he might think, I'm going to try this now. Because Guile Cammy, I've never really seen it look good for Guile.
Yeah. Well, you were saying if I was you, I'd only play Guile as minimum amount as possible, so we could see Zeka coming out. Logan, who stands out for you in this term?
Well, I'm going to pick another Guile Cammy matchup that I think we're going to see, which is going to be possibly an epic series of 3 games, because they're both playing 3 times and they're both playing each other 3 times. It's Akainu and Shakz. I'm really looking forward to that one. Both incredible players, and again, we know it's a difficult matchup for Guile against Cammy, but Akainu's incredibly solid. So.
Indeed. And what about you, F-Word? Now, you just saw the casters over there, the commentators. We'll get to them in a second, but F-Word, what sort of stands out for you in this match?
It's funny that these guys both chose those matches, and because I honestly, before you even asked that question, I was looking at the first game, Zera Gunslinger, and my mouth's already watering. Because these guys played the last time they played, and it was back and forth.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of like, you know, like Gunslinger, they got history, right? So I really want to see how that pans out. Now there's only one chance for both of them.
Okay. Well, to put you on the spot, I'm going to Prophecy, Infused. Who's going to take this?
Well, look, I can't say Prophecy. Just because Infused are my guys, so I'm going to say Infused, even though something's telling me that's not going to happen.
OK, that's annoying, because we have to be impartial on this show, but that's fair enough. All right, you've gone for that. Logan, what are you saying?
I believe in Infused.
OK, and from next?
I think Prophecy's going to win.
OK, that's interesting, because I think we got some footage. You were taking on ImStillDaDaddy the other day in a little match. It got very close. This is you taking on ImStillDaDdy, and you're not going with him. Interesting.
Oh, this
it's online.
Yeah, it's online. First to 5. Yeah. Yeah, this was a good match. Yeah, no, I'm not going with Infused simply because Akainu Shakz is playing 3 times, and I think Akainu is really solid. He's good at the Cammy matchup. Laura loses to Guile. I think Akainu will have the upper hand in that personal set, and I think that's what's going to change the match overall.
OK. He's not even moved. Like, I was trying to dig him out a little bit. Nothing with Problem X, but I like that. Welcome to the show. He's just cold as ice. I'm going to take a little wander over here to the cast. I don't think it went down well there with Problem X.
Oh,
I tried. It was a little bit of banter, but nothing. But he's gone with Prophecy. Lovely to see you, Slinga and Tyrant. What do you reckon for this match tonight?
I'm going to go with Infused as well. Yeah, I think they're gonna win it.
OK. And Tyrant?
For me, it's got to be Infused.
OK. Well, listen, there is an energy in this arena. We want to get into the action. I know you do, so I'm going to move out the way. I'll leave it with you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Well, all season long has come down to this, the playoffs.
Well, here we are. The stage of battle is set.
And the first tasty one we've got is Prophecy versus Infused.
Yes.
Zera versus Gunslinger.
Oh, man. Some of these matches are just so exciting, man. I'm really hyped to see how these guys play out against each other, if they've done their homework or not, if they're prepared for the matchups.
Yeah.
Because, like these guys have been saying, matchups in Street Fight are so important to know, and you really need to know all of the options available to both characters there. So here we are. The first game will be Zera versus Gunslinger.
It's pretty interesting that they're only going to get to play once, because Zera has a very good style in sticking out crouch fierce, in preemption of dash punch and stuff like that.
He loves it. We saw that when these gentlemen played in the regular season, actually.
Yeah,
we did.
Gunslinger did really well to adapt and use heavy kick to try and crush counter him, so expect to see that in the game when we go in. But who knows, maybe Zera's found a different approach to this matchup. I think it is one that is definitely in Akuma's favor slightly, but it's going to come down to how Gunslinger can anti-air, if he's using his fireballs, air approach, EX Demon Flip, all of that type of stuff.
Exactly.
So here we go.
Let's get into it.
Guys, can I have some noise for the first match?
For the finals, guys. Come on now.
Let's have it. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Straight in here on the waterfall stage. We got. Wow, that's like this.
There's those spits.
Yeah, he's mixed it up. His options. All right, here we go. Gunslinger doesn't want to take too much of a fast approach there. That can get you killed.
Yeah, there's that Demon Flip that I was talking.
Demon Flip is so good, man. So good against
all the cast. Yeah,
pretty much everybody.
Oh, and there's that crouch fierce. Gets the crush counter. That's big damage.
Turnaround punch into the crouch fierce. All right, here we go.
Against that medium kick into EX Demon Flip. Another crush counter. That's going to be the first round as swift as that.
Yep.
Akuma just does too much damage. Good stuff from Zera to take the first game.
There we go. Got that maxed meter build as well. The combo there ended in the Dragon Punch.
Oh, and there we go. The EX straight.
Yep, starts out with that. Zera loves that crush fierce. You can see him just thrown out preemptively. Oh, the whiff
punish. What a whiff punish from Gunslinger. The crush counter as well. The stun's there, Tyrant.
Yep, stun's coming here. Oh,
so smart.
He knew he wanted that shimmy. and he preemptively used that crouch medium kick, demon flip palm.
And now Zera is away here. Oh, gets the dash-in throw. It's all turned around. Waiting for the tap, and Zera's going to take the first game. This is going to be enough, surely.
Is that going to kill?
No.
No, it's not. Crouch fist.
He has V-trigger. Tyrant, he has V-trigger. He has to be careful here.
Yeah, he does. Boxer.
Oh, and he tried it.
He caught him with that shimmy throw. Akuma's warp speed is no joke.
Yeah, you could see Akuma threw Balrog out of a move.
Yes.
Gunslinger was going for that crouching medium kick twice into V-trigger.
Yeah, you knew he was itching to activate that V-trigger and just make that Balrog comeback like we've seen so many times here on the Elite Series so far. But, wow. Zera.
What a strong start for Prophecy.
Definitely a strong start.
And there you saw the first round. Zera was just, as soon as he got that crush counter fierce, he was completely in control. And then here you see waited for the tap. So smart. I thought he could have spent a bit of meter to kill, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Probably knows a bit more than me, to be fair.
Exactly, yeah.
And then here you're going to see the walk forward.
Yeah.
There it was.
He didn't want to go for that that combo into the chip super because he was aware that Gunslinger still had V-bar, so he could have used V-reversal there. I mean, it would have meant he didn't get V-trigger, but, like, you know, he still would have stayed alive. Gunslinger, you can see.
You can see, yeah. This,
wow.
We were having a word with Ariel backstage. This means a lot to Infused. They want to win this whole thing. So they need to keep the spirits high, even if they manage to go down a couple of games. They don't want to get in a position where they start putting more pressure than they need to on themselves.
You want that first game lead, you know? You want that first win in the bank so you can, you know, have a little bit of lenience there with the next games coming up. So coming up next, Akainu versus Shakz.
Akainu versus Shakz. And like we said in the analyst desk, these guys are going to go up 3 times if it goes down to a game 7. So it's going to be interesting to see what character Shakz picks and whether or not Akainu is going to be prepared for either Cammy, Laura. Who knows? He might pick Zangief or something stupid like that. We don't know. Shakz has so many characters that you can play to a high level. So.
Exactly.
It's time to see.
All right. So, of course, for Akainu, it's going to be Guile. But Shakz does have some characters.
Here we go. You can see what characters they're picking. He is going to go with Cammy. And Akainu, of course, picking Guile. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shaq maneuvers around these sonic booms.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he knows this matchup. I'm sure he plays against ImStillDaDaddy quite a lot. So, you know, he's comfortable with fighting Guile.
Here we go. The second game. Infused definitely want to stop the bleeding here to make it 1-1.
Yeah, they definitely want to tie it up at least. All right, Sonic Boom game applied. Cammy using that V-School just to get close, but kind of with the throw. Right, nice block on the target combo. Oh, wow, Shakz. Not afraid, dive kicking in. Gets the throw as well. Nice approach there.
Activates with V-trigger.
Okay.
Very early on, very nice GX flash kick from Akainu just to stop all momentum.
Tells him early on, hold that. Okay, there we go. Using all of that V-bar right away.
That's very good if you're... Oh, no. Bad confirmed. Doesn't go and use meter.
Why did he use... Okay, wow, I was about to say.
Very dangerous, leaving Cammy alive.
Yeah, at least use the meter or start the combo with crouch medium.
Yeah.
So you don't use the jabs. Scales the combo more.
Well, here we're starting to see a tiny bit of the nerves and the game decisions. People maybe don't want to use the more...
Exactly. They want to
option.
They want to do what's guaranteed.
Yeah, precisely.
You know? All right, so here we go.
But here we see Shakz with that full stick of meter.
Okay, jumps over, crouch jab, anti-air, and
the delay.
He got the counter hit down the upside down kick. That time Shakz waking up with crouch jab. Okay.
Big jump in.
That's big jump in.
Tried to get greedy with his frames. Oh, big crush counter. That's going to be stun, and that's... Can he kill off of this?
He can get big damage. I don't know if it's going to kill him.
No, it's not going to kill.
EX boom.
He gets a good situation.
Pressure.
And Shakz needs to activate V-trigger soonish.
Oh, man. Crouch medium kick. Akainu. 2-0 for Prophecy.
Wow, it looks like Problem X was right on the money.
2-0 for Prophecy right now. Infused. It's not looking good for these gentlemen.
And this is probably the worst case scenario if you're Infused. Being down 0-2 at this point. And there we saw... Could have finished him off, but managed to close it out anyway.
Those stutters on the buttons there from Akainu, so clean.
Yeah, I really felt Akainu was ready for all of these like greedy situations that Shakz was trying to press. He'd get a jump in and then just try and walk up and get more damage.
Yeah, he knew Shakz was desperate to get any kind of approach there.
Yeah.
Saw the neutral jump and then the crouch medium just in case. Because even if Shakz jumped there, he would have been able to anti-air with crouch fierce, flash kick, you know. So solid play.
There you see Prophecy's manager loving it in the crowd.
Loving it.
And now you've got ImStillDaDaddy going up third game against DarkMoonHado. And they're down 0-2.
Well, this is going to be big. This is going to be big.
In terms of momentum for Prophecy, this is when they need to put their foot on the gas.
Exactly. Like
DarkMoonHado need to come away with. If they can come away with a win here,
if they can go 3-0, that's almost an insurmountable task to ask of Infused.
You see the Prophecy guys talking to each other.
Yeah, and DarkMoonHado, a guy that's had such a strong season.
Very much so, taking out Infectious.
Oh yes, he did.
Yeah, and that was like his first start.
It's not a good matchup.
We didn't get to see him at all in the first season. Of course, he was on Excel's bench.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
didn't get played at all.
Played the switch to Prophecy, and they never looked back.
Come back with a vengeance.
Come back with a vengeance, boy.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it will be the same matchup that we saw last game with Gal Kami, but switched, or whether ImStillDaDaddy will be playing Zeku, because
it's going to be an interesting one. Like if we see Gal Kami again, I feel like that's a matchup that a lot of people are going to know by now, Guile. Whereas Zeku, on the other hand, he's the newest character in the game. No one's going to really know the matchup.
He's unknown.
You know, there's lots of situations you could put the opponent in that they're not going to be comfortable with. They're not going to know how to punish. They're not going to know the matchup in general. So I feel like Zeku would definitely be a solid pick.
And for those of you that don't know, ImStillDaDaddy actually managed to get top 8 with Zeku yesterday at a tournament in France.
Was it 4th? Or
I think it was 4th, yeah.
4th? Well, he plays top 8, definitely. So
with Zeku. And I'm not sure if he played Zeku the whole way through.
Okay.
But he made a tweet about it saying that he made top 8 with Zeku in winner's side. So it's clear that his Zeku isn't, you know, rusty. It might be new, but he can still do damage in tournament with him.
Yeah, he still knows what to do. He's been playing him online a whole bunch, so he knows probably a comfortable amount of the matchups by now.
Yeah, but do you want to go with Zeku when you're down 0-2?
And when there's this much on the line.
Precisely. This is what separates the men from the boys, really. These type of game decisions, they can make or break you, man.
It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say. So,
just going down the rest of the list, if we manage to get to the 7th game, you've got, after this, Akainu versus Shakz, again, in the run back. DarkMoonHado versus Gunslinger. Zera versus ImStillDaDaddy. And, of course, again, Akainu versus Shakz.
And that was... When I saw Akainu and Shakz playing 3 times, I couldn't really call it. But that first game, Akainu was so dominant.
Yeah.
So dominant.
And Problem X was saying that he's ready for that matchup, and you could see he was ready for everything.
Yeah, so ready, so ready.
Scouted everything brilliantly, and it's a testament to how much these guys have leveled up for this 1-to-1 format.
Exactly. And to be that prepared for a guy like Shakz, character like Kami, come on. Akainu, I feel, is one of the most overall improved players this year in general.
Yeah,
like
100%.
He's had an amazing 2017. You know, going toe-to-toe with Daigo earlier on in the year as well at a tournament. This guy's been putting in work.
I think in terms of the Elite Series, he's probably, I would put, the most solid. I think Shakz has been the most impressive in terms of getting the most wins.
Right.
But Akainu's been the most, I'd say, solid in terms of consistency and in terms of just his presence that he brings when he steps up to the big plate. He doesn't really look rattled in any of his games. Really.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Infused morale is at the moment out there.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Because they're all really star players.
Exactly.
So when stuff like this happens, I'm not sure if they're like a family where they'll talk about it, like, you know, don't worry about it, get your head in the game, we can make this comeback. Or whether it's more like, oh, I can't believe you lost to that person, you shouldn't have lost to that, but you know what I mean?
I definitely feel like it would be the first one you said. So they're going to be tight. They're going to be talking about their losses and what they can do to improve. I feel like team morale is definitely a big factor here in the Elite Series.
I feel like that might not have been the case the first season.
Oh yes,
and that's molded them and made them into a closer.
Yeah, they've definitely turned it around, and here they are.
That could all go wrong here.
Semi-finals.
It's all down to this. I mean, if you go down, like you said, 3-0, Prophecy. Again, I just have to commend them for the pickups that they've done and the players that they've managed to scout. I would no way in hell think Prophecy would be up 2-0 against Infused in the playoffs.
I know.
Let alone making the playoffs.
Prophecy have absolutely turned it around. Like you say, Season 2 has been their season.
Yeah.
They've made it their own. They've come into themselves, and it's just been really, really strong showing after strong showing.
And thank you for being patient with us. We are now going to have ImStillDaDaddy versus DarkMoonHado.
Here we go, guys.
The pressure is all on the line. He is going with Guile. So no Zeku wants to be, you know, use his bread and butter, what he's used to.
He wants to go Guile. Guile's what brought him to the dance, and he's going to stick with him.
Here we go.
All right, Sonic Boom game. Wow. Neutral jump lands on there.
Yeah, straight away setting up that boom game. It's what you want to do.
Yeah, okay, went for that forward fist. Okay. Okay, nice hop kick. It's all on. ImStillDaDaddy right now.
Look at these booms, perfect. Just anti-airing DarkMoonHado's approach.
Oh, okay, the anti-air. Oh, trying to bait out rope attempt perhaps.
Yeah, a bit risky from ImStillDaDaddy to jump in here. Oh, big crush counter.
Back fist.
They've just been fighting mid-screen.
Yep, no one's really had the advantage in terms of the ground game, but ImStillDaDaddy with a huge life lead.
Nice block on that. Fortunately, a bit too late from DarkMoonHado. Activates V-Trigger. Here we go. Gets the throw, and ImStillDaDaddy is cornered.
Being pushed to the corner indeed. Okay. Okay, catches him there with the cannon spike.
Oh no! Manages to beat the anti-air. And look at that, Gunslinger getting behind ImStillDaDaddy.
Gunslinger definitely getting behind his boy. ImStillDaDaddy is in the zone. You see that focus?
Big jumping from DarkMoonHado.
And a massive corner carry, gets the throw, and now the guessing game begins. Okay. Oh, nice. Flash kick, anti-air.
Vital flash kick and a brazen walk-up grab. So brave.
All right.
Back to the boom game we go.
Yep.
DarkMoonHado does have meter, so he can maneuver around this a bit better. No, anti-air with a flash kick. You're not getting in, sir.
Oh, DarkMoonHado actually used the rest of the V-bar as well.
Yeah, no, completely wasted.
Oh! Oh, the last second he dashed under. Pressure's on here. No meter for ISDD.
Oh! What the back grab? He's got no health.
Oh! The delayed dive kick at the very last moment, catching those anti-air start frames.
He is not out of it yet.
Oh! Starts out with that. Going to get the... Yo, too far away. Had to go for the sweep there.
It's a good start from ImStillDaDaddy, though.
And medium kick. Oh, man.
No conversion there after 2 jabs. It gets in with the EX.
He tried to flash him again.
He's tried to shimmy every single time. ImStillDaDaddy has not baited.
Yeah, he has not fell for it. Okay, V-Trigger's on now. Can't really throw any booms. It's too dangerous. Gets one at close range. Oh, the combo!
Such a dangerous position to be in. Here comes the Kami train. All forward.
And a throw.
The stun's there. Oh, and he gets it.
That's going to be it. That is going to be it right there. Prophecy 3-0 up.
Wow, oh wow, what a turnaround for DarkMoonHado, and it just shows why people speak so highly of this kid.
Yeah, this kid has just been putting on performance after performance. You can see so happy with himself, and of course you should be, my man.
Absolutely incredible. Let's watch this replay.
That was massive, look at this. So, ImStillDaDady did not fall for the shimmies.
At all, yeah, and it did really well. I think where he went wrong is he was a bit too tentative, so we saw stuff like DarkMoonHado walk forward.
I think that was a V-reversal attempt there.
Oh,
perhaps,
I see, and that's why he got...
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe the boom there, I'm not sure. Okay, here we go, look. And this is where he wasn't falling for the shimmies, but I left him open to the grabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death by grabs.
Now the stand fierce there to take it.
There was a couple of instances when...
Look at that, the pop-off.
Yeah, these guys are so happy to be 3-0 up. And they're sending a message to Envious and XL as well, because they're sitting there having to watch this game.
ISDD is not happy, man.
The whole Infused camp aren't happy. Oh, look at that. You've got Shivryukin sitting next to Affy. Singing Sweet Nothings in his ear. All right, I like it.
Is that 3-0? That's too good.
How you feeling, Affy? You all right, mate? You all right? Yeah, give him a little consolation hug.
No.
Hey, it's not over yet, Shiv. All right, it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over yet, man. Come on. It's not over till it's over.
And now,
this is a big
Infused can't lose a single game.
They can't lose a game.
They are going to... It's going to be Shakz versus Akainu as well. So, in terms of confidence... It lies on Prophecy's side.
And listen, Shakz has performed every time he's needed to in the Elite Series. Let's see if he can hold it down when the chips are down. Let's see if he can
stacked
do it.
against him, yeah. Very much so.
The odds are definitely in Prophecy's favor right now, in more ways than one. You know, they've got a 3-0 lead. Akainu took that so convincingly in the first game they played. I'm not sure what to say here, man. This is It's not looking great.
It's going to be testy waters for Shakz because, of course, he wasn't playing in the playoffs last season. Now he gets to feel what that pressure is like sitting up on that stage.
Exactly.
Will it affect him? We don't know, but we're going to go into it. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Prophecy might be able to sweep Infused here.
And if they can, what a statement.
What a statement that would be.
To go into the finals with. Akainu here, starting out with the booms. Okay, top kick. Look at these buttons from perfect ranges. Really, really making it difficult for Shakz to guess what he's going to do. Back throw. Walks up. Okay.
Yeah, Carl's got so many good normals that he doesn't actually have to play a Sonic Boom game to keep you in check.
Yeah, he doesn't. And Akainu mixes up so well. Like, he'll play a buttons game mid-range with Guile.
He hasn't been touched and he's already forced Shakz to use his V-trigger.
Oh, look at that. I love that patience from Akainu. Shakz struggling to find a way. Gets the forward throw.
Again, Shakz hasn't even been able to hit Akainu.
No.
He's not even able to touch him. Finally does.
He had taken a hit like 40 seconds into the game. Throw loops. All right. So scary to do, to guess what to do properly against Cammy in the corner like that. Like, it's so hard.
And there's that momentum killer. Oh my goodness, Akainu, beast.
The footwork. Akainu, look, take this home.
Little shim sham.
4-0. If he can win this round right
It's
here.
not going to happen, Tyrant. They can't, surely. 4-0. Oh, the momentum flash kickers are coming out. Flash kickers? Can't speak English.
Flash kickers. All right, there we go.
But slowly, this time Shakz has walked Akainu to the corner.
Okay,
a bit faster than the last round.
That one was negative, yeah?
You've got to take this one round at a time. You cannot bow out yet.
Okay, there we go. Gets the dive kick. Dashes under. No flash kick, though.
The wish punish.
Okay, there we go. Gets the combo. Oh, into the V-trigger. This is going to be super if he gets this.
He's not going to spend it yet. No. He wants it for the kill.
Yeah, he does.
But here comes Shakz with meter of his own.
Okay, yeah, blocked that. Oh. Didn't press a button.
This is so dangerous. Another drop-in whiffed. No punish, crowd fears.
Oh, that's good.
No!
He could have. I think he could have done a combo into super.
I don't think. Flash kick and Prophecy have eliminated Infused. 4-0.
4-0 for Team Prophecy.
Oh
wow.
My goodness, I am stunned.
Speechless.
Prophecy have just shocked this building.
Listen, Prophecy, they didn't qualify for playoffs last season, but here they are making the biggest statement you can possibly make in the semi-finals position. 4-0 over one of the best teams here.
And again, Infused are out of the running.
Ow, this happened to them last season. The exact same position. These guys, look, they're not happy with themselves, understandably so.
Guys, give it up for Infused. They made it all the way to the playoffs. You know, they can't be that upset with themselves, but it's definitely not where they wanted to go out.
2 seasons in a row. This time was not theirs to be had, but maybe third time's the charm. Maybe next season it might be better for them.
You got to tip your hats off to Prophecy, man.
4-0.
4-0. That was absolutely destruction. Just destruction.
Monstrous.
Wow. I'm speechless, man. I wonder what. Oh yeah, well let's have a little look at that replay.
Let's check the replays, guys.
What's going on with that?
Wow. I'm just still a bit shocked about that.
Again, Akainu looked so dominant.
You see the footwork there, the movement so on point. Guile's got a deceivingly good backwalk speed right there.
Could have finished it. Gave Shakz a little bit of life.
Yeah, you know what? He could have actually got.
And there you saw those crouch medium kicks. They were just a bait to make him jump. He was looking for the jump all day long. And look at that.
The pop off, deservedly so.
Look how happy those guys are.
Man, look, reaction there. You can't believe it.
You see it, it's set in.
The baby-faced assassin, he had an amazing season, but...
Shivyukin, even Shivyukin couldn't believe it.
Man, it's...
Absolutely amazing. Tom, guys.
I'm stunned.
What do you think?
Wow, so much to talk about. Thank you, Sagan. Thank you, Tyrant, for that epic match and commentating on it. 4-0 to Prophecy. Logan, you've summed it up perfectly there. What did we just witness? I mean, straight away, I'm looking at Problem X. You predicted it, but I tell you what you didn't predict is how good Guile was in some of those matchups.
Well, I stand corrected on the Guile front. Yeah. Akainu did his job. He did it really well.
But on the other hand, you predicted Prophecy winning.
Yeah,
were you expecting it at 4-0?
No, because I thought that Gunslinger may have taken it over Zera. But I had Prophecy because Akainu versus Shakz, they were playing 3 times. I think what I've seen in this series, Shakz's Laura has been doing most of the damage, and Laura was unable to be played here because Gao is hard for Laura. So at that moment, I thought, yeah.
I mean, we've definitely seen Shakz's Cammy like tear through people in this season as well, and last season as well. It's very effective, but
not when the pressure's on, though.
Well,
yeah, it's been Laura.
He hasn't played under pressure. He wasn't playing in the semi-finals last time. This is his first time playing in the finals now.
I don't even think he was under pressure at the very beginning. I
don't think he
the
was.
way the matches drew out, when Zera beat Gunslinger, already there was a tiny bit of pressure. Don't forget that these guys really wanted to play Prophecy. They thought they were going to beat Prophecy.
Exactly,
right?
yeah, but I want to pick up on that. They went for this matchup.
They beat them last time, 4-3. Even though it was close, they still felt like they dominate, you know, but...
Is that because they thought Shiv was going to play?
I think so. But it was a really clever move, with respect to Shiv, really clever move from Prophecy to just eliminate Shiv from being
and he would have definitely been involved in that decision as well. He'd have known.
Yeah.
And this is what it means to the guys, though. When they won, Akainu, that is just a full warrior jumping to his feet there. Incredible scenes. And DarkMoonHado, he looks like he's crying. He looks like he's going to cry with enjoyment and excitement of that win.
I mean, everyone did a job there. Zera.
I will say, the reason why Prophecy won it like this, I think Infused could have won, but the way the matchups came out, it went against Infused. I mean, you could have easily had Gunslinger versus Akainu 3 times. And Gao Boxer is Gao's worst matchup, arguably. So it could have all changed. I think the matchups is what's helped Prophecy.
The pairings have definitely come up very favourable. I think the order in which the players came up as well. ImStillDaDaddy having to play to keep his team from going 3-0. He's a real confidence-based player, and that pressure, you know, you do or die by that. And in that instance, he wasn't able to bring it back. Zera Gunslinger, we've seen that so many times, and Gunslinger just wasn't able to deal with that crouch fierce that Zera just leaving out there.
You know he's going to do it, but
wasn't able to deal with it on the time. But listen, we've got to talk to the man who was taking on ImStillDaDaddy with it all to do. That man is DarkMoonHado, and he's going to come and join us on the desk. Give him a round of applause. Well, here he is, a man who shows no fear. I'm going to give you that. Look at that. DarkMoonHado, the smile says everything. How are you feeling right now?
I don't think words can describe it. I mean, for everyone to pick Infused over us and then us to come out 4-0.
Everyone but me.
It's insane.
Everyone but me. I picked Prophecy.
Your man had it. Your man had you. But what you're saying was Guy was going to have a difficult matchup. You even said it yourself. I'm looking at this. Do we even need that mic? No, it's just for show. Listen, I've got to say, you said that maybe you might see Zeko. Maybe ImStillDaDdy, we're regretting that now. He could have played Zeko and maybe got that vital win. But you stood in the way and you got that victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a lack of experience with Zeko, because his Zeko is really good, but I think he's been playing Guile for so long, even since Street Fighter 4. It's just the confidence factor of Guile's my character, you know, like I can beat anyone. So I think that's why the choice was made. Yeah.
And we saw what it meant to you and the rest of the team winning. How good does it feel knowing you're through to the first final? And for a player like you who had to sit on the roster for Excel but didn't get to play, this is an amazing achievement.
Yeah, it's like, it is so good, because like, my match versus ImStillDaDaddy was slightly sloppy. It was like, you know, I think I played okay, but it was slightly sloppy. But Akainu and Zera, they really pulled it out. It was really good. I'm really impressed with that. But yeah, I'm so excited now to play in the finals.
In addition to all of this, before we cut over, no Shakz. Sorry, no Shivs. We've all been here theorizing. Why is there no Shivs? Could you just shed some light on that? Is it what we thought it was?
Light shedder, DarkMoonHado.
I think it was just mostly a strategy thing. Like, Cammy does well against Guile. I think Shiv likes the Guile matchup, but Cammy's just better versus Guile. Cammy, pretty good versus Balrog as well. And if it was being me and Shakz, Cammy, Laura, it's okay. So I think...
How did you feel when you saw the pairings come out, though? Because obviously, you know, you can theory everything, but once you see it all set in front of you, how the match is, did you feel confident when you saw the pairings?
Yeah, I would say. I was really confident in Zera's ability to beat Balrog, because I was talking to him before. He was really confident about that. And Akainu, he's really good in the Cammy matchup with Guile. He's always super solid. And me versus ImStillDaDaddy, I've never really played him before this, so this is one of the first times. But yeah, I managed to do it. However,
I have to ask this. We know Shiv's in the crowd. We saw him with Afi, who wasn't playing for Infused. surely you can't change the lineup going into the final. What's you can shed a bit more light, Light Shedder. That's your new nickname, by the way. Can you shed a bit of light on that? Is the lineup going to change, or are you going to wait and see who makes it into the final as well?
I think it's a matter of who makes it into the final, depending on the teams, because I played versus XL and managed to pull it out versus them, but whether that was, you know, slightly luck or not, it depends. So I don't know. It depends what team we're fighting, I think, and how confident Shiv is in the matchups.
I'm going to give you a 5 out of 10 for Light Shed in there. I know. I'm just going to keep with your nickname at DarkMoonHado. Listen, congratulations on that win. I will look. I went for the handshake, but there it happens. Listen, because the man that you beat, he is with Ariel right now. I'm still a daddy. How's he feeling, Ariel?
Well, he's just asked the question. How are you feeling?
I kind of feel like I wanted to cry a minute ago.
I know, well, I couldn't find you. All of you ran off, and I was like, I just need to speak to you, because obviously that was not the result we were expecting.
Nah, it wasn't. But before we go into this, I just want to say that well played to Afi, Shakz, and Gunslinger for all season. Even though we lost then, I just want to give a hand out to the team for playing well and being spiritual together, you know? So.
I like that. Talk to me. Where did it all go wrong? Because you were the one that actually really felt the pressure in that game when you were 2-0 down, and a lot of people were expecting you to maybe pull out Zeku, but you didn't. Was that a mistake, or were you just too much under pressure to actually bring out a new character like that?
Well, I was talking to them up there. I didn't want to bank a new character on it, and when we was losing, I had to go with my main character. There was a lot of pressure on me at that stage, but where it went wrong is we got outplayed, but the order was wrong. Do you know where I'm coming from? The order was kind of wrong how we got the games. It was kind of bad at the first. That's what Shaq said. So if we could have got through them games, it would have gone in our favour. But the thing is, it's like, it doesn't matter when you all play as a team, but that game there and Envious when we lost 4-1 was the only time that I didn't put the format out on the team. Do you know where I'm coming from? Not saying anything bad or anything, but that format wasn't put out for me, and someone else did it. So, but it doesn't matter because it can still be a guess 50-50. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your matchup with DarkMoonHado, because he said that you know, it's one of the first times you guys have actually ever come up against each other. Yeah. Was he what you were expecting when you played up against him?
Well, I was confident because I've never played him against him before, so he wouldn't have learned it from me, if that makes any sense. When I played him, I had him under control. He couldn't get through the booms, do you know where I'm coming from? But then I approached him when I didn't. And when he grabbed me 3 times in a corner, I didn't want to do any flash kicks because I didn't want to bank a risk on losing for the team, because it would have been 3-0.
Well, it sounds like you're putting yourself under a lot of pressure there, but I just have to say commiserations, but we have loved having you on this series. You are always entertainment and always a brilliant team. Thank you, ImStillDaDaddy. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Ariel. With debating everything, DarkMoonHado shedding that. He is a light shedder. He was shedding a bit more light on that. And it was great to hear from ImStillDaDaddy at the end of that. Listen, our first semi-final lived up to the hype. And then next up, we've got a semi-final that lights a spark under a rivalry already well and truly smouldering. XL and Team Envy meet in last season's final. Tonight, they go again.